Hello, friends. Welcome to IT Simplified. In today's session, we'll discuss Microsoft Copilot for Azure. So let's get started. Like always, if you're liking these sessions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content. With the recent surge in artificial intelligence, Microsoft has added a lot of AI capability to its products. In the recent past, you might have heard about different product line which has been introduced. It might be confusing to a lot of people. For example, there is Copilot for Azure, the one that we are going to discuss today. There is also one for Microsoft 365. There is Sales Copilot. There is Security Copilot, just to name a few. Now, the common word in all these different products is Copilot. What is it? It's nothing but an AI powered chatbot. It uses large language model, also referred to as sometime LLM, and based on this it can generate content, it can predict scenarios for us, but that is what being used in the backend. Now, coming back to the product which is we're going to discuss is Microsoft Copilot for Azure. Before we get deep into this, first of all, this product is in preview right now. So you need to go through the registration form, and once you get approved for, then you'll be able to access this, and I'll show you on the portal where you get it from. Actually, it's right on the portal. Once you have this option available with you right now, because it's in preview, it's there are certain limitations also that you need to consider. For example, right now you can only have 10 conversations per day. It's only available in English language for the time being, and I'm sure it's going to expand in the future. And when you're giving prompts to the Copilot for Microsoft Azure, you it might not identify the resource name. Let's say if you have a storage account with specific name, it might not understand that. It might ask you for the application ID. But all these things are going to improve, but some of the limitation that you might do keep in mind, right? Now, the way this product has been designed and being marketed by Microsoft Azure, it is a management tool, right? Which is designed to streamline cloud operations. Now, the question arises, it's a management tool, what it can do for me, right? Now, that's where the usage comes into, and for the time being, and they're going to expand to more case scenario. The first thing that is there that you can utilize this and be helpful for your cloud environment is that it can help design your environment. Now, based on your organization needs, or I'll say policies, you can deploy services and applications by taking help from Copilot. That's one thing. Second thing is it can optimize your workloads. It can help to improve cost. So let's say, for example, if you're running a workload and it is for maybe test and dev purposes, you can put a prompt here to improve the cost. It might give you an option of deploying maybe with the spot instance It might ask you to have reserve instances for your workloads. It can also help to improve the security. If you have not enabled encryption on your maybe storage account or on your data, it might ask you for that, right? It might ask you to put a conditional access policy. It help you to scale also. So it can optimize in different scenarios. It can also helps you to perform a lot of operational work. So if you're a system admin, you have to perform a lot of operational work. If you're cloud administrator, this is your daily job. That is what expected of you, right? For example, if you have to write, let's say, a, a PowerShell script, it can help you create one, right? You can ask questions via Copilot and it can answer questions for you. So it can definitely help in your daily operational work and make it more productive. So you don't have to do a lot of repetitive work. That's the idea behind all these AI tools, including Copilot for Microsoft Azure, that it want to make sure that you're highly productive in your work, and at the same time, a lot of repetitive work that you might have to do, it can cut down on that. It can help you troubleshoot problems. Let's say if your web application is not behaving the way it should, right? You can ask Copilot, right? What is the problem and what should be the resolution, so it can help you in troubleshoot, so save a lot of time. And people who are managing infrastructure, whether it's on-prem or Azure or any kind of environment, they can relate to it, right? Because a lot of time get wasted. You know that you have done all these activities as per the documentation, maybe, right? But if you're not getting the desired result, it can cause a lot of pain. But through Copilot, it can help you troubleshoot the problem too. But again, as I said, that this is a management tool. This is the key here. And because it is based on natural language, the language that we human being use for the conversation or to interact with any other human being, you can use the same language. Because if you look at, there are a lot of other management tools also on Azure. For example, there's the Azure Advisor. Now, if you look at that, it's also a tool which can do a lot of work. But the difference is that you cannot converse in a natural language, for example, because as he said that it's a bot, basically, right? Now you can give prompts here and it can generate content for you and troubleshoot. You can optimize, you can create PowerShell script. It will help you design based on your organization policy. So those capabilities are not there. So I will say that all these products will complement each other, but I think there is a lot of potential for Copilot from Microsoft Azure and makes the life of a cloud administrator really easy. Let me show you on the Azure portal how you can interact with this. All right, so I'm logged onto the Azure portal with my admin credentials, and once your registration form get approved by Microsoft, you'll see the Copilot logo right onto your Azure portal. Let's go and open this up, and let me just try to test it out. I've never used this, so I'm going to give certain prompts. Now I know I had deleted a couple of resources in the last 5 6 days. Let me see if it can pick that up. So it's trying to generate an Azure Resource Graph query for the intent. And the intent is that I want to have information about the resources that were deleted. and it also generate actually a script for me. Let me just go and open this up. You can see it opens in a resource graph explorer. I can always use this query to, and if I want to tweak the timing, I can always tweak the time span over here, right? But let's see, it's able to gather that information. Now, because it is using the natural language, so people who are not even maybe technical savvy, they can also have interaction with this, right? So you can see here are the 5 resources that were deleted in the last 7 days. So there was some storage account, and it also gives me the timestamp. And if I want to drill down more, I can go and actually open that up. The resource was not found. uh, I can open. These are all the resources that were deleted, right? So that's one example. Definitely, I can use it. Now, going back to the query here, I can always uh, run it, right? And I can also download this as a CSV after the query has run. So it's a great information that it lists all the resources that were deleted during that time span. Now, let me have another prompt. Now, I'm asking how many machines are there in my subscription and if I can get a list of it. Let's see if it's able to gather. Just an FYI, I only have one machine in my environment. Let's see if it's able to pick that up. Again, it generates a resource graph query, as you can see, and this is the only machine that I have, which is NBUITS. Now, I know this machine is in deallocated state. It's not running. Let me give a command. We can start NBUITS. Confirm you want to perform start operation on below resource. Do you want to proceed? So yes, I want to proceed. And executing start, it says that I get an error sign. As I mentioned that it might ask for the application ID. It might not identify the resource name under the preview, but it says I have got that started for you. But even though I got the error message, it says it got started. Let me go and search for it. Otherwise, I'm going to try one more time. No, it's still in stop state. Okay, I've got this started for you. You can track progress using notification. And you can see under notification, I don't see that the machine got started. Okay, let me give another try. And this time I'm just gonna say start my VM. Let's see it's able to do that. It's asking me I could not find those resource. Please choose the resource. So let me pick this and now let me pick select. Confirm you want to perform start. Yes, that's what I want to do. Now let's see it's able to pick that prompt now. So you get an idea about, right? So this is all interactive. Rather than going into a specific product, I can interact with these resources right from the Copilot chatbot. And that's where I think there's a lot of potential depending upon the scenario. And all these scenarios going to expand. And as you interact more with this tool, I think this tool will get more know about your environment, and you can get really innovative, I think, with this Copilot for Microsoft Azure. So it's still in deallocated state. I know that sometimes it takes time to get it. Now you can see that now the machine is running, and that is great. Now let's give some other prompts here. Now I know that I have some storage account in my environment. Let's say if I say how to secure the storage account, what information I get. So these are all the four. So when I click on this, you can see it automatically takes me to the storage account blade, and it is asking me select the storage account on the left menu to continue. Let's say I want to pick Bharat SA. Let's say what information can I get now? So it's running security check on this storage account, and it's making certain recommendations. So it ran a security check on my storage account, and it is recommending making recommendations. So these measures, so how to encrypt a storage account, what is a private endpoint. You can also click on this and get information about. So I think this is really useful, the way we can interact with this chatbot and gather information. And as I said, the scenarios can be from getting a better design for you based on your organization policy. Maybe you want to troubleshoot if your web application, let's say, for example, is down. You want to create resources, let's say an app service with a SQL in the backend. You can do that too. You can optimize your workloads if you want to maybe find out, which resources are getting the most charges. You can also, I'm sure you can put a prompt over here, and it gives you information about the from the maximum amount of cost which is coming off all the resources, whether it's from the storage, from the compute, from the networking. So it's really useful, I think, and make the life of system admin and cloud administrator really easy. Hopefully this gives you an idea about what Microsoft Copilot for Azure is. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.